The RTX 3050 is NVIDIA's latest entry-level graphics card. If you're buying your first gaming laptop or want to play some amazing games on a budget, this is a good choice. We're still in the midst of a global chip shortage, so obtaining a laptop with an RTX 3050 built-in is a fantastic way to get started gaming. Thankfully, if you know where to look, there are generally plenty of fantastic offers on RTX 3050 laptops. We've done the legwork for you and prepared a list of the finest RTX 3050 laptop deals available right now, so you can start playing your favorite games right away. That said, the link for all of the products we mention will be available in the description below, so make sure to check them out. We begin our list with a fairly powerful laptop from MSI. The MSI Katana GF66 is a great RTX 3050 laptop capable of running some of the most demanding AAA titles at a decent frame. Inside, it packs the latest components and hardware, and it houses an 11th Gen 11400H Intel Core i5 processor, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, and 512GB of NVMe solid-state drive. The 11th Gen Intel Core i5 processor is capable of processing application and games seamlessly. The memory and storage department in the Katana GF66 is upgradable for more multitasking and gaming power. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 GPU in the GF66 is capable of running some of the most demanding AAA titles like Red Dead Redemption 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, COD Warzone, Apex Legends, Horizon Zero Dawn, GTA 5, PUBG, Resident Evil Village, Valorant, and other similar titles at a decent frame. In terms of design, if you're looking for a discreet gaming laptop, the MSI Katana GF66 does you a favor by opting for a basic plastic black lid with simply an engraved MSI logo. The bottom of the lid has a subtle downward dip that matches the hinge. When you open the MSI Katana GF66, you'll notice a more ostentatious look. The edgy red keyboard, not to mention the red keyboard illumination, will alert most people that this is a gaming laptop. It also implies that it is a low-cost option. The display's bezels aren't excessively thick, but we've seen thinner. Although the design is simplistic, an inexpensive gaming laptop does not have to look cheap. The 144Hz panel made the game look fluid, but sacrificing color and brightness isn't worth it. According to some calorimeter tests, the MSI Katana GF66 only covered 43.9% of the DCI-P3 color gamut, significantly below the mainstream gaming laptop average of 70%. With 247 nits of brightness, falls short of the average mainstream gaming laptop, which is 303 nits. The MSI Katana GF66's keyboard was fine for typing. The backlit keys are a good balance of clicky and mushy. The feel isn't the best, but it's far from the worst gaming keyboard. The 4.1 by 2.6 inch touchpad is nice, but it can get sticky at times. The clickers are very stiff. Gestures in Windows 10, such as 2-finger scrolling and 3-finger tabbing, function flawlessly. There is a decent selection of ports on board the MSI Katana GF66. On the left side, there are the power jack and 2 USB Type-A ports, while the right features an RJ45 Ethernet port, an HDMI port, a USB Type-C port, a USB Type-A port, and a headphone jack. It would have been nice to see a mini DisplayPort. Overall, the MSI Katana GF66 is a respectable RTX 3050 gaming laptop capable of running any game at a decent frame, unless you're using it for color-accurate content creation or want it to last longer on battery. You will not face any problem running any of the recent AAA titles. The next laptop on our list is the Dell G15, which is a fairly capable gaming laptop that comes in under $800. The G15 comes with the latest AMD Ryzen 5 5600H processor, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, and a 512GB of solid-state drive. The processor, along with its RTX 3050 with a 4GB of dedicated GDDR6 video RAM GPU, is more geared towards gaming, so you will be capable of running most of the modern games. Additionally, if FPS is all that matters to you, we're delighted to tell that depending on the game you're playing, this Dell averages approximately 40 to 118 FPS. Casual games like SimCity or City Skylines had frame rates ranging from 40 to 80 frames per second on high settings, while Red Dead Redemption averaged 30 to 75 frames per second depending on the visual settings utilized. we discovered that most games ran smoothly on high settings. NVIDIA's GeForce Experience program performs an excellent job of optimizing games based on the GPU and appears to be the simplest way to tweak settings for optimal performance. The build quality of the Dell G15 gaming laptop is adequate. The build isn't without flaws, but it also doesn't feel very solid. The display and keyboard deck flex, and it has a cheap-feeling plastic chassis with a surface that quickly takes up fingerprints and scratches. The Dell G15 has a good keyboard. It feels spacious, and it has a fairly standard layout that's easy to get used to. The plastic used for the keycaps is okay, it isn't particularly premium nor cheap. The keys have a lot of travel and don't require much force to actuate, but they feel a little mushy. Overall, it provides a good typing experience and doesn't cause fatigue over time. The lowest-end display configuration is the 1080p 120Hz panel. It provides better responsiveness and displays a slightly clearer image than a standard 60Hz panel, but the response time is slow. The Dell G15 gaming laptop has a good port selection. All of its USB ports support USB 3.2 Gen 1 data transfer speed of up to 5 gigabits per second. The USB-C can output a video signal to an external display, but it doesn't support charging, meaning you can't use it to charge the laptop. Overall, the Dell G15 5520 is a great budget gaming laptop. It offers higher-end display and GPU configuration options than other laptops in its class, but its build quality isn't as good. The HP Victus is an excellent laptop for those looking for the best of both worlds. It has a fantastic display with a higher resolution, as well as a highly strong graphics card that will allow you to play the latest games without difficulty. The HP Victus 16's components are balanced and should attract price-conscious gamers. The fan control was always adjusted to the automatic setting. Omen Gaming Hub should be pre-installed in models with Windows. It offers 3 different performance profiles for different types of games. The 11400H Intel Core i5 model can handle most games at 1080p. However, if you often play open world or strategy games that are typically more CPU intensive, it's best to upgrade to the 11800H Intel Core i7 model. Further into gaming performance, less demanding or less computationally intensive games pose no problems with the GeForce RTX 3050 Ti, and most of the time, high to maximum settings in the native resolution of 1920 by 1080 are no problem. Things only become tight in demanding games such as Forza Horizon 5, Dying Light 2, or God of War, where it is not always sufficient for smooth frame rates, with all the controls set to the maximum. HP Victus 16 has a clean and minimalist design. It has a touch of gamer aesthetic, like the V-shapes in the speaker grills. There's a bit of flex in the display, but almost none in the keyboard deck. The HP Victus is available in 3 color schemes: ceramic white, mica silver, and performance blue. The HP Victus's serviceability is excellent. It's very easy to access the internals as you only need to remove some Phillips screws before prying open the bottom panel. The M.2 storage slots support PCIe 3.0 or PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSDs. Opening the laptop and changing the hardware may void the manufacturer's warranty. The 1080p display is sharper and will provide a more immersive experience in atmospheric games. In addition, the 144Hz panel has a decent response time, resulting in only a short blur trail behind fast-moving objects. The HP Victus has a great port selection. All USB ports support USB 3.2 Gen 1 data transfer speed up to 5 GB per second. The USB-A on the left and the USB-C ports support HP Sleep and Charge, meaning you can use the port to charge a mobile device even when the laptop is in sleep mode. The USB-C port can output a video signal up to a maximum resolution of 5120 by 2880 at 60 Hz. The HDMI 2.1 port's maximum output resolution is 4K at 120 Hz or 8K at 60 Hz. Overall, the HP Victus 16 is a fantastic gaming laptop. In graphically demanding AAA games, the 11400H Intel Core i5 processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 deliver seamless gameplay at medium or high settings. You may also upgrade to a more powerful Core i7 processor or an RTX 3060 graphics card, which will give you even greater frame rates and improved responsiveness. Only the CPU throttles a little under load, so even if you play for a long time, performance remains stable. The Acer Nitro 5 was one of the finest choices for those looking for the best value for money gaming laptops under $1,000. And this current model is no exception. The Acer Nitro 5AN5 model is equipped with NVIDIA's 30 series GPU and the latest Intel Core i5 processor, all housed in a solid and durable design. More into the design, the Acer Nitro 5 leaves a lot to be desired in terms of appearance and feel. That isn't to say it's uninteresting or unappealing, in fact, there are some highlights to be found here. Nonetheless, it has a minimalist gamer look, with red trimmings on the keyboard, backlight, and trackpad, as well as the upper rear bar. The display hinges are sturdy and secure, and the available number of ports is a bonus. The screen lid is made of cheap plastic, the area around the keyboard track picks fingerprints, and the screen has almost an inch of bezels around it. In terms of performance, our unit for the Acer Nitro 5 has mid-range current gen specs across the board, including the RTX 3050 laptop GPU, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, a 256GB of NVMe SSD, and a 144Hz IPS display. Powering the Nitro 5's gaming engine is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 GPU with 4GB of video RAM. On gaming performance, you can manage to pull off 53 frames per second in Assassin's Creed Valhalla at Ultra 1080p settings. On Far Cry New Dawn at Ultra 1080p setting, the Nitro 5 once again slides past the category average of 60 FPS. Overall, you can manage to play demanding games at a moderate setting without any problem. The Acer Nitro 5 uses a 1080p, 144Hz refresh display. Its display appears to lean towards the darker side even at its brightest setting. The laptop's sound is fairly hyped on the high end and quite echoey. The backlight keyboard is fast and responsive, and the trackpad gives a lot of travel and is quite stiff. Overall, it's just your typical, middle-of-the-road keyboard. Having said that, it is very comfortable as well as quite reliable. In terms of connectivity, you can expect to get USB 3.2 Type-C port, another USB 3.2 Gen 2 port with power-off charging, 2 USB 3.2 ports, 1 HDMI 2.0 slot, and an Ethernet port. Overall, the Acer Nitro 5 is an excellent choice for an RTX 3050 laptop. It's got great specs and performance, as well as some great features that users will love. The Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 is a 15.6-inch budget gaming laptop. Like many gaming laptops we reviewed in this list, such as the HP Victus 16, it's available with a powerful CPU and very capable GPU options. However, it compromises in other aspects to make it more affordable. This model has AMD Ryzen 5000 CPU and NVIDIA dedicated GPU options, but there are also models with Intel 11th Gen CPUs. Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 has a simple and plain design. It's entirely plastic and is only available in the shadow black color scheme. Build quality is good, with only some flex in the display and almost none in the keyboard deck. The plastic doesn't feel particularly premium. Lenovo IdeaPad 3 Gaming has a 1080p 120Hz IPS panel. Its 16:9 aspect ratio is good for gaming and media consumption, however, it has a slower refresh rate than the 144Hz laptops we reviewed previously. Furthermore, the panel doesn't get bright enough to combat glare, so it's best to avoid using it in a well-lit environment or outdoors in broad daylight. In terms of performance, our model is configured with AMD Ryzen 5 5600H processor, which is a high-power processor typically found in gaming laptops and mobile workstations, and can handle demanding workloads like gaming, video editing, and 3D animation. The Ryzen 5 5600H has 6 cores and 12 threads, which means significantly more power when playing games or multitasking. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 has an excellent score, making it suitable for intensive tasks like video editing and 3D animation. The RTX 3050 can get you around or slightly above 60 FPS in graphically demanding games at high settings. You can configure the Lenovo IdeaPad 3 Gaming with additional memory. So you need to make sure to get 16 GB of memory in dual channel mode to get the most performance out of the CPU and GPU. It's best to opt for 16 GB for the best gaming experience. 8 GB isn't enough, which impacts performance significantly on AMD Ryzen systems. Just like most of the laptops on this list, you can expect to get 512 GB of solid-state drive. If battery life is a huge concern for you, then we do not necessarily recommend this laptop for you. The battery on this model can only last a couple of hours, just long enough to last you 2 movies. The Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 has a great keyboard. It feels spacious and has a fairly standard layout, so it doesn't take long to get used to typing on it. The keys are stable and have a lot of travel and don't require much force to actuate. The touchpad is also good, it tracks all movements and gestures well. The click mechanism feels mushy, and you can only click towards the bottom of the touchpad. There are no issues with palm rejection or actions like dragging and dropping. The Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 AMD has a good port selection. Its USB-A ports support only USB 3.2 Gen 1 data transfer speed of up to 5 gigabit per second. Its single USB-C port also supports USB 3.2 Gen 1 data transfer speed, and you can only use it for data, meaning you can't use it to charge the laptop or output a video signal to an external display. In general, the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 is a solid gaming laptop. Its AMD Ryzen CPU and NVIDIA dedicated GPU can give a fluid 1080p gaming experience, and its upgradability and well-built design, while being totally plastic, make it one of the best AMD laptops with RTX 3050 GPUs available for under $800 on the market. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.